Well, Kings fans, McNair had us all fooled, even though he stated earlier on that he seemed pretty content with just going on into next season with the roster he has constructed now, and he seemed pretty fine with it, and I mean, I'm fine with it too, as I believe he's done an amazing job already this offseason. I mean, bringing back Monk, bringing in DeRozan on that sign and trade. He has made some major moves, and he definitely deserves his flowers because he has exceeded all the expectations that was set on him heading into the offseason. But he is not finished, as he does believe that there is something else that is missing on our roster, and he wants to round it out just a little bit more before we head into next season. But before we get into McNair's move, let me welcome you back to the channel, Kings Digest, where we're showcasing all of the upcoming Sacramento Kings news. So make sure you hit the bell so you won't miss any future videos, and subscribe to the channel. Now, getting back into it, Woj dropped a massive bomb Wednesday, stating free agent center Orlando Robinson has agreed on a one-year deal with the Sacramento Kings. And I mean, McNair must have loved what he's seen with Orlando Robinson during his stint with the Rockets Summer League team. And I mean, he did put up some impressive numbers. With like 24 minutes a game, he put up like 14, 9 boards, and a steal a game, which is pretty impressive. I mean, especially for Orlando Robinson. This guy has been bouncing back and forth the G League and has only played a total of 67 games in the NBA across 2 seasons with the Miami Heat. And he obviously didn't impress too many people, as he didn't really hold his own in the NBA. But he is showing that he is still progressing and had a really decent summer league performance with the Houston Rockets. And I mean, it was enough for McNair to give him a full-fledged one-year NBA deal. Not a two-way deal, a full-fledged NBA contract, which the Rockets didn't want to do. The Rockets were debating on giving him that two-way deal, and McNair just said, nah, man, I want him. You guys aren't going to take him from me. I'm giving him that full-fledged NBA deal. And I mean, Orlando Robinson is clearly going to take that, and is definitely the best fit for him. I do believe he's not going to get much playing time with the Rockets. I mean, with Sengun is a star, and then they got Steven Adams as a solid backup. So he's probably not going to make that backup center role over Steven Adams unless he progresses, insanely. But he does have a better chance to fight for that backup center role with us, as he's mainly going to be battling Alex Len for those minutes. And honestly, depending on the situation, I might want to take Orlando Robinson over Alex Len. So he might already get some more minutes than he might think heading into the Sacramento Kings roster. And I do think Mike Brown is definitely going to make some use for him. He's not just going to be playing some garbage time minutes, as he's a young player that can still really develop, as he's shown in the Summer League. I mean, I know a lot of people say you can't trust the Summer League stats. I mean, you have some players like Alex Sarr, he's played terrible this Summer League, but he might come out and win Rookie of the Year. Who knows? You can never trust the Summer League, but if the Summer League is a fair representation of what Orlando Robinson could be, I did in fact like what I saw from him, as he played phenomenal as a 7-footer. He showed that he had some range, which is always nice to have. I mean, he's not going to be a knockdown, reliable 3-point shooter, but he definitely shown some range. And I mean, let's just head over to some of his stats in the league. He only put up 3 a game while he was in the NBA, 2.5 boards, almost an assist a game. He shot 50% from the field and 53% from 3, which, I mean, obviously he didn't shoot too many. He wasn't out here chalking up threes like Curry by any means. But, I mean, you can't leave him open. If you leave him completely open, he's probably going to make it. I mean, he's got a 50% chance of making it just about, which is pretty solid. I mean, you don't expect it from a guy his size. I mean, every player is starting to shoot now. That's just the way the league's going. But this guy is more of a traditional center, I find, anyways. He's, still a big body. He's 7 foot. He's about 240. So he can throw his weight around a little bit. He's not just a scrawny 7-footer, which you see it a lot of the times now coming into the league. He's actually got some size to him. He can hold his own in the post, which is, a valuable asset that we need, as we don't really have that size. I mean, he's going to come in and be our tallest player right off the bat at 7 foot. And I mean, with a 7-footer to 40 to help out Sabonis, I mean, especially now that you got like players like Victor Wembanyama, there's some really tall players in the league now. Chet Holmgren. Sabonis is an undersized center at 6'10". He can only do so much. If you throw Orlando Robinson in there, someone who's shown he's got that defensive potential, he's shown in the summer league that his defensive awareness has gotten a lot better. He's learned more as a player. He's grown from his time bouncing back and forth the G League, and he could make an impact on a roster when given the opportunity, and that's what McNair is doing. He's giving him the opportunity, and he could definitely help, fill some holes in our roster, as he comes in, immediately adds the size that we need, a 7-footer, 7'4" wingspan. You can't, you can't go wrong with that. It's definitely someone that can help us down a stretch of games. I mean, even like you can throw him in if the offense got a potential game-tying basket or something like that. You need to stop a bucket, stop a 2. You throw him in there to protect that paint. It's hard to get a shot up against someone that's 7 foot, that 7'4" wingspan. It's really intimidating. He's going to alter a lot of shots and just help Sabonis down there. He might even get a lot more blocks than what he's used to getting. He's going to make a good impact for us defensively. Mike Brown is going to find some way to input him into our roster and give him a fair shot to improve as a player and grow as a player. And I mean, just looking back at his college stats, he went undrafted in 2022 out of Fresno State, but he put up some decent numbers. He put up 19 a game with a steal a game, 1.2 blocks, 3 assists, and 8.4 boards. That's impressive numbers. There's nothing wrong with that. The fact that no team thought they could pick him up, not even in the second round, is kind of a bit shocking. But as you can see, the potential is there. He does have potential to come in and be a really solid defensive big for us. McNair knows what he is doing, and I trust him wholeheartedly, especially after he has done phenomenal this offseason. He has took the most stressful offseason for the Sacramento Kings in a while and turned it into probably the best roster that we have had in recent years, and has given us the best chance to do some damage in the West next season. I mean, we are looking at a really solid roster that McNair has put together, and with Mike Brown's coaching, I believe we are a very, very solid team, and we are going to be a scary team to go against, especially in the playoffs and going down into the clutch. Now, that is all for today's video. Let me know what you guys think about this signing. I mean, it's nothing major, but McNair does think, there is potential here. He sees something in Orlando Robinson. So let me know down below what you think of this, if he could make an impact on our roster. And just make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss any upcoming news, and subscribe to the channel. Now, that's all for today, guys. Peace out. See you in the next one.